if you're listening to this, drop some money and help get that Rotten Tomatoes score up, because it's
for sure.
It's definitely too low based on just the cinematography alone. Also, Janelle Monáe is incredible, you know, because I'm pretty sure she's pretty new to acting, and so she just fucking murders this role, dude. She's so good. Check it out. I'm not going to spoil anything. Please don't spoil it for yourself if you can. James, you're awfully quiet over there.
Whoa, no. I'm just listening.
Oh, all right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And now for the movie focus of the week.
All right, so this week I chose kind of a random pick.
Yeah.
The Autopsy of Jane Doe. The Autopsy of Jane Doe. It's rated R. It's from 2016. It's 1 hour and 24 minutes, and it's got a high 87 on Rotten. Directed by Andre Overdahl, starring Emile Hirsch, Brian Cox, Aileen Kelly, and Ophelia Lovibond. The film follows a set of coroners who happen to also be father and son. As the day progresses, the two are given a Jane Doe cadaver that brings a series of bizarre events for the hours to come. As a lifelong genre fan, I fell in love with this flick right away. I love the bare-bones approach to the story, the commitment of the characters, and the unnerving soundtrack that creeps along this short but highly effective thriller. Director Andre Overdahl, best known for his films Troll Hunter from 2010 and last year's Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, was on a mission to prove he could, at the time, make more than just a found footage style film. Having been very influenced by James Wan's approach to the original Conjuring and its classic haunted house vibe, this would lead him to receive the Autopsy screenplay. Overall, the dread you feel radiating from the screen while watching Jane Doe is undeniable. If you haven't taken this ride into the macabre yet, we highly recommend you check it out on Netflix ASAP. Thank you.
Nice.
Perfect, dude.
So guys, I think this was a fresh watch for everybody except for me. So let's start with Tiny, since he seems like he has a knack for these kind of films. So what did you think about it?
All right. First impressions was it's really good, dude. It deserves its Rotten score. I think it's good. For me, I love the eerie. I love the lore of it. What I wanted from this movie, I wanted more, because it was short for this kind of movie. I find it's for me, since I have the knack, I found it very linear for me. I kind of got everything right away. I don't know why. I had the knack that I knew what was going to happen in this movie. I kind of felt something was wrong, like obviously with the body, and obviously the body was still preserving, and I felt a little bit of necromancy or something like that happening in the film. And so I decided, in my opinion, that she's a witch before they get into certain talks that we'll probably discuss later about Salem. And I thought it was really good. I think it's so linear, but the linear was perfect. For some people, it was confusing. I was having discussions with my own friends. They were like, I was so confused. But I'm like, that's what's happened. It's supposed to happen. It's a fucking witch. You know what I mean? But it deserves it. And to me, I think they should... I don't know if this is a swan fact, but they need to make a second one because of certain things that we'll probably discuss. We'll probably go through like a play-by-play, but it's a good movie, dude. I was glad to watch this because honestly, it's been in my recommend on Netflix. Like, it's always appearing top first. Like, it's like you knew to choose this for me. You know what I mean? So it's always there. Like, when I open Netflix, all I see is Autopsy and Jane Doe, and I scroll down. You know what I mean? So I'm like, fuck. So now that you brought it up, it was like destined that this was gonna come up to me, you know. So I thought honestly it was a good movie, dude. Like, I liked it because like I saw everything. Like, I don't know if anyone was thrown off at certain points, but it was really good. Like, I think nothing was bad about like how straightforward it was, and it just made me want more because there's a lot more to be told. And I honestly thought it was a great film. I'm glad you recommended this, dude. Honestly.
Yeah, thank you. Also, you made a little promo video.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, dude. It was my first promo video for Drop the Mic, but anything that's not my content. I usually use like gaming videos or something that's all me and stuff, so that was cool. So I wanted to do that for Drop the Mic and see how it would come out. I did upload it, and it was fucked up at first, so I had to re-download or re-upload it again, and I'm glad that Diego re-liked it twice, so that was cool. Yeah, dude, I'll plan to do that more in the future for our films, dude, that we discuss and stuff, so that'd be cool. But yeah, dude, honestly, this movie was good, dude. Honestly, it did make me crave more the lore of it, and there's so much, like, lore, like, I don't know, like, maybe we, if I let someone else grab the floor, they can discuss what maybe I'm trying to say. So, who wants to go next on their thoughts on the film?
James?
I'll go. First of all, I gotta say, whoever you watched that with, I don't know how the hell they were confused, because that was pretty straight up before.
Yeah. Well, it was. I talked to some kid I play games with, and he was like, "I was so confused." I'm like, "How?" But
unless they like half-ass watched the movie or something, or I don't know. But for me, I don't. That movie was you hit it on the nose there, Tiny. I think. Emil Hirsch and Brian Cox, they do an amazing job. The movie is basically them two the whole time, and
it's very short, small cast.
Yeah, you're playing off those two the entire time, pretty much, and it's all on them, which they do an outstanding job on that. And I love the. I want to say this movie. I don't know the facts on it, but I feel like it didn't cost that much to make, just because of they were in that one area for so long of the movie, so for so much of the movie. But yeah, the lore of everything, and then how they're kind of figuring it out towards the end of what's going on, and they, the dad figures out that she's a witch, or that she was accused of being a witch, and I like his saying where he says, you basically, you were trying so hard to, like, kill this witch, quote unquote, when you inevitably ended up creating one by trying to torture her, burn her alive, and all those things. So they kind of created a curse themselves by trying to kill her.
They brought it upon themselves.
Yeah, and I like the little brief history that he had of Salem, which is actually true, that they there was no witches. It was kind of mass hysteria, and young teenage women kind of just pointing the finger at each other and other villagers.
And hung and shit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I love that detail when Brian Cox's character says, "Oh yeah, like, but everybody, all the women were innocent during the Salem trials," and it was just mass hysteria kind of created this facade of like witches, and that's kind of what happens to them. They start going a little mad, and the witch herself creates like these delusions where they think that they're in peril, they think that they're in danger, but are they really? And what are we really seeing throughout the film? Is there any real apparent danger, or are they just imagining it all?
Yeah, that's what I was going to get at too, because at the end, not really at the end, but towards the end, you see the dad, their dad and the son, or Austin and Tommy, are both in the elevator, and they're trying to go up, and they can hear the bell getting closer and closer. And then, his dad kind of flings the axe into the shadows to hit the cadaver. Because
there was obviously a necromancing thing happening right there. Like, there was obviously a dead body, the one that was in the one with the hole in the face, because that's one of the things that the girl was trying to see, remember? So, and then Emil Hirsch says, "No, you don't want to see that," and that's the body that was coming towards them in the elevator, and that's the body that the dad ended up slicing or hatcheting, but it was the girlfriend. Spoilers. So that was where my friend got confused, and I'm like, this movie has a lot of unknown, but it's very known what witches are capable of, and I think the movie does that justified, dude. Like, the body of the witch could not be really harmed. It obviously was pristine because they said, oh, it has this damage on it. But, like, I don't know, man. It was good. Like, they kind of did witches right in this film, dude. Because I feel like you can't kill a witch, to be honest, dude. Like, I don't know. That was a pretty cool aspect, dude.
I agree with you that I think they presented witches not only in a great way, but in a different way, because obviously she's rendered pretty helpless.
She's immobilized.
Yeah, you know, and obviously it's discovered towards the end of the film that her body is indeed being kept alive by an unknown entity. So what other way would she be able to defend herself, you know, because these people unknowingly are chopping away at a somebody who's alive, rather than, kind of they make them go crazy and see things
about that
aren't.
They do talk about that, oh, we've been picking at her body, so she wants us to feel what she's been feeling. I think they talk about that in the film, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
They say something like that. So, like, she just feels like I have to get even, like, you know? Maybe that's what Salem was about, like, getting even because the girls were getting tortured. So she's probably just seeing the same shit all over again. Like, I don't know. Like, it's kind of cool. Like I said, I wanted more. So that's a good aspect, dude. It was pretty cool. I think I find it weird because the girlfriend snuck up on Emil Hirsch, and it feels like if she was somehow there sneaking up on him, she fucked up. Like the second time.
I think
he even says that it's his fault that she's there because he told her to come back at 11. So that's why she was there.
But why wouldn't you say, "Hello, guys? Are you stuck in the elevator? What's going on?" Like, I don't know. The movie. So,
that's the lore of the witch again. Is they're like, even if she was trying to talk to them, yeah, they're seeing the monster. They're seeing the body that you're talking about, that the face is missing. So they made them like scared for their life, and then the reality sets in of what he's just killed, you know, Austin's girlfriend. And it's the same way, and I don't know if you guys picked up on this, but in the beginning of the film, they realize that they find their cat, which they seem to both be attached to. There's a hidden meaning with that, is that they were in a trance the entire time. So was the cat actually harmed, or was the cat fine? And they thought,
and he, the old man snapped the cat's neck, like on purpose.
Not on purpose, but for
like they were imagining the fact that the cat was attacked, and it could have just been resting, and the fact that they just kill it to kill it, and they probably just killed the cat that was just resting and stuff.
Yeah,
that was the whole thing about like him, the girlfriend too, like. She probably was screaming at them like, "Yo, what's up? What's up? Are you guys okay? Are you guys all right?" But the fact that they were still under this curse and that vision, it was just they killed her because they thought they were going to be attacked.
Diego, you haven't talked about your thoughts on the film yet. Overall,
well, I mean, in general, like. It takes a lot for me to like a horror movie, and this one I really enjoyed. Especially the acting in this one was just... It reminded me... I don't want to compare it to anything, but it kind of reminded me of like... almost like Reservoir Dogs or Lighthouse, where it's just taking place in one area, you know? And that fact, it just makes it more, I think, complicated for the actors and for the story to progress. And the fact that it progressed the way it did, and it was just fast, it just made this movie a little bit more better for that reason. The cinematography, of course, was beautifully made. The cuts in and out were just of the witch and the monsters and everything was just... It really brought a sense of like they're bringing back like the actual scary movies, and they're not making like a half-ass movie just to make it, you know. Like they actually bring the horror, and that's like something that kind of, I think for